She didn't kill him. She didn't have anything to do with killing him. Can they charge her with endangerment? Sure, go ahead.
Bubba McDaniel is speaking out following charges being filed against his wife Amber in connection to the death of their 2-year-old son, Jason Wilder McDaniel.
Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Daryl Franklin.
And I'm Lauren Linville. Amber McDaniel now faces charges of child endangerment and tampering with evidence in connection with the death of her son Wilder, who was found dead in October of 2018 in the home of her boyfriend at the time, James Staley.
Shatanya Clark spoke with Wilder's father today, Bubba McDaniel. You saw him right there. And Shatanya, you were live with him at noon, and he's standing by his wife, who just bonded out of jail.
That is right, Daryl. Bubba McDaniel said he just learned today the details of text exchanges between Amber and Staley, but he and Amber have had hard conversations on why she stayed with Staley, putting their son in danger. Now, detectives made a break in their investigation in April when the Secret Service lab was able to unlock encrypted messaging on James Staley's phone. The affidavit details graphic, uncensored examples of text exchanges between Amber and Staley, which investigators say show a constant and escalating pattern of violence and hatred that Staley directed toward Wilder.
I don't know if she knew how serious that was at that time.
Only the good die young. That expletive is living forever. Amber responds, LMAO, stop. I'll come terrorize Wilder and get the day started off right. If it's me, I'll just beat it out of him. These are just a few of the text exchanges between Amber McDaniel and James Staley just days leading up to Jason Wilder McDaniel's death in October of 2018. Messages the arrest affidavit and WFPD's Sergeant Charlie Eiper say Amber deleted and chose not to disclose until they were retrieved a few months ago because she knew they made her look bad.
You start to see some of the intent that's being built through these messages and so forth, which is connected to the abandoning or endangering of child charge that she has, is because of those threats.
Amber McDaniel turned herself in early Thursday morning on a warrant charging her with abandoning or endangering a child, as well as tampering with evidence. She faces a maximum 20-year sentence if convicted. Her husband and Wilder's father, Bubba McDaniel, says he is standing by his wife.
They tried to tell us that they needed more evidence that was conclusive upon my son, conclusive upon the evidence that they had. They've got blood. They have fingernail clippings. They have all these other things that they had all that time, and they still tried to say, oh, we can't get him, but yet a couple of messages are going to do it? No, you're a liar.
Back in June of last year, both Staley and Amber McDaniel were named as persons of interest in the case. Bubba McDaniel said while he was unaware of these text messages, he and his wife did have conversations in the past, and she knew she would face some consequences.
No matter what happens, it's constantly justice for Wilder. She knew that she'd have to possibly pay some kind of price for being there. We've talked about this for years. We thought it'd be earlier than this, tell you the truth. If she'd have left him and gone, we'd be okay with, we'd still have a son. But here's the thing too though, is like I said, this man was a manipulator.
Bubba says this is a tragedy, but there is just one person he believes is to blame for his son's death.
James Staley killed my son. James Staley was the one that's saying all these things. James Staley manipulated her to stay there. You know what I mean? James Staley is the one that we're taking the light off of, and it's all him. When you see a man talking about your son like that, you just kind of have to grit your teeth. Like I say, I've dealt with worse. I've already known worse. I've had worse happen. Right now, I'm just kind of going through the motions.
But police and prosecutors believe had Amber McDaniel acted as most mothers would to protect their children, Wilder most likely would still be alive. And Sergeant Eiper says had she disclosed the text messages sooner, it would have taken weeks or months off the investigation.
I think it could have sped up the investigation to where we could have maybe made an arrest earlier. Well, it certainly would have taken care of the tampering.
It's not about me. It's not about Amber. It's not about anything but making James Staley pay the price.
Now, you can read the redacted affidavit on our website, TexomasHomepage.com.
Okay, lots to uncover there. Shatanya, thank you so much for that information. Now, James Staley is charged with the capital murder by suffocation of Wilder. He has a pretrial set for August 12th. Texas is in the